Hi parents, today we're going to talk about ways that you can help your first grader at home talk about examples and non-examples of halves and fourths. So we're going to start with this chart. If you look at the red squares, notice how all of them are cut into equal pieces. Sometimes your students think that just because something is cut into two pieces, that makes it a half, but that's not the case. In order to be a half, the shape has to be partitioned into two equal pieces. That's really important. So when you're helping your child at home, make sure that you emphasize the picture has to be a fair share, sometimes we use those terms in class, or two equal pieces. So in order to be a half, all of these are examples of halves because they're cut or partitioned into two equal pieces. Over here on this side, you'll notice that all of the squares are also cut or partitioned into two pieces, but those pieces are not two equal pieces. And because they're not equal pieces, they are not halves. So all of these would be what we consider non-examples because they are not partitioned into two equal pieces. These would be examples of halves because all of the red squares are partitioned into two equal pieces. Your first grader also has to be able to do this with fourths. So again, this time we're using a rectangular shape, and you'll notice that all of the orange rectangular shapes, again, are partitioned into four equal pieces because we're talking about fourths. So these would all be examples of fourths because you'll notice that each one is partitioned into four equal pieces. These rectangles are also partitioned into four pieces, but again, those four pieces are not equal. So the same question that you asked your students about halves, make sure that they understand that just because there are four pieces there does not make them fourths. This has four pieces, but there are not four equal pieces. Watch out for pictures like this one because sometimes students will get confused. They'll see that these two are equal and they'll see that there's four total pieces, and so they'll think that they're fourths. But if all four pieces are not equal, then these are not fourths. These are non-examples of fourths. So thanks for helping your children at home with fractions.